Well, happy Saturday, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Boy, it seems like a while since we've chatted, doesn't it? You know what? We did take that week off, and we're very appreciative for you folks understanding, giving us a little time to regroup here. And yes, it was a vacation technically, but it wasn't quite the type of vacation where I could put my feet up on a chair on a beach and chill. But it was still some good time off nonetheless, and gave us a lot of room to recharge. So thanks again for understanding and hanging out for a week, waiting for us to come back. And now that we're here, I'm playing catch up. How's that sound? We're really attempting to get things back into the groove, because I'll tell you what, after 5.5 years, taking a full week off like we did, which was, I think, really the first time in 5.5 years that we took that much time off without, being given a timeout by Gretchen Whitmer or anything like that back in 20. That was a good time to relax. So we did well on that. But I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back into it, but it's going to take us a little time to get back up to speed here. So a couple of quick good mornings to you. We have one from Gary saying good morning. Thanks for being here, as well as Chuck saying good morning on the YouTube side. We do appreciate the YouTube side of things as well. Jeff saying good morning. And Pat, it is a great day. Yes, Pat, it is. A little gray and gloomy outside, but man, I'll tell you what, it's summer. I like it when it cools off a little bit like this. So I'm good with that. And look at this, Katie from Cheeseland, part of the reason for the week off. Katie saying hi from the land of cheese in Wisconsin. Good morning, Cato. How are you? Not that we were texting, but hey, good morning officially. All right, so lots going on. Oh, hold on, one more. Yes, welcome back, Steve. Steve has been saving. Not Steve, I know you haven't been, but that's okay. We'll talk about that down the line, but welcome back as well. Well, there's a few more good mornings as well. Good morning. Great in the UP. Dan, thank you for saying hi from up there. Enjoy your time up there. That was part of my stop, was up in the UP last week as well. I was there for a little bit. And Tyler saying good morning. Thank you guys for being here. Well, cool. I'm glad everybody's here. We're all having fun. We're chilling out on a Saturday. And now we can talk vinyl and other goodies. So in the week that we took off, there was a lot of vinyl. I had a hold on our shipments. So most of you that were waiting for vinyl orders coming in, new releases, I think a lot of you picked them up yesterday, but I've contacted pretty much everybody. I've got a few more calls to make today, but your stuff will be here or is here. But we did get a fantastic stack of new releases. Let me go through those real quick, and then we'll talk about a few other things, and we'll go from here as well. Oh, one more. Scott, yes, I do have some Dylan left. We'll get to that in a bit, Scott. But I also do have that Phoebe for you. So I was going to give you guys a call after live. So your stuff is here, Scott. Okay. One of the big new releases from yesterday, at least big on my part. I really dig this group. I think they're great. I've got a lot of original Yardbirds in my collection, and it's always a go-to as well for me. So this is a brand new compilation. The Yardbirds as a group were not together that long in the grand scheme of things, especially when you look at somebody like the Stones or somebody like that from that era. But they were together long enough to make such a fantastic impact on the world of music. And it spawned some fantastic guitarists, as you know, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page. So this compilation of the Yardbirds, and my point with that being is that let me put this way, there are relatively few straight up Yardbirds albums. The majority of what you'll see are greatest hits compilation of the Yardbirds. And this is the newest addition to that big level of them. So this is called Heart Full of Soul, the best of the Yardbirds. I believe it is on black vinyl, but the pipe sticker says 17 tracks, including recordings from the eras of Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page, plus liner notes by David French. So it's got all of their bigger hits on there. 17 tracks, as we mentioned, all together. So it's great. Some of the Yardbirds stuff is shorter, but it goes from that psychedelic rock to that blues sound, a little bit of everything. But this is a good one to have. Now, of that era, also, we did get a couple copies of Yes, Beyond, and Before, the BBC recordings from 1969 and 70. This is a double LP, and it's got a lot of early Yes on there. So you're not going to hear some of their more well-known ones, but these are some BBC quality type of broadcast. We've heard some of these before. In fact, I've got a Yardbirds BBC, a couple of Pink Floyd BBC. What's happening with the BBC recordings is that the UK copyright laws are a little bit different than ours. The mouse can lobby Congress to extend our copyright issues here in the US. Every 10 years or so, they get extended past the life of the creator. So Walt is still frozen, but the mouse lives on in copyright protection. But in the UK, I'm feeling a little spry today. Can you guys tell? Must be the vacation. But in the UK, they do have that 50-year and out rule. So what you're seeing is record companies, some legit, some bootleg type stuff, going to the BBC archives, which are similar to our Library of Congress archives, both audio and video, and things become common use, or for fair play. So they're pressing audio from the BBC archives and legitimately selling them, and the audio quality is pretty darn good. I've not heard this one yet, but other BBC archive quality stuff has been really neat. So this is live recordings done at the BBC from early Yes, and it's on limited edition splatter pink vinyl. Brand new stuff from Danger Mouse and Black Thought. This is called Cheat Codes. We got 2 copies of the indie exclusive colored vinyl version of that. A couple copies from Moby, and this is a series. If you watch our later Saturday show talking about the upcoming releases, we go into a little bit more detail on these. And there's a whole slew of Moby stuff coming over the next month or so. But we did get I Like the Score and Everything Is Wrong. Those were the ones that were released yesterday, I believe. Yep. Danny Elfman. This is an interesting one. It's not so much a tribute album, but it is Danny Elfman doing remixes with other artists. So, and I forget who was on there, but you can go through. But this is a lot of, there's some Trent Reznor on here, and Iggy Pop is here. Oh, geez, a lot of other folks, but it's a double LP. Go back, and I got some other information on that on last week's preview. But this is Danny Elfman. Name of the album is Bigger, Messier. So it's a remix of his Big. It's a remix. I talked about it last week. I'm sorry, I'm draining out the brain here a little bit. Blondie. This is live in Havana, Cuba. I almost said Cuba. Look at me, pretending I'm a big time TV journalist. Limited edition yellow vinyl. Gave a little bit of listen to this online. A couple of songs have a little Latin flair. This is a live performance from 2019, but the rest of it is pretty much just straight up Blondie playing Blondie's hits. They're all on here. But it's the 2019 Blondie. Brand new Fish. Where are all the fish heads at here? This is recorded live in 2015 at Watkins Glen, the racetrack. It's basically just the songs Tweezer on one side for 17 minutes and Prince Caspian on the other side for 17 minutes also in there. So this is Fish, LP on LP number 3. We do have that, and just because you fish heads need to represent, we still have a copy of LP on LP 1 and 2. So they're pretty much like extended EPs, but still cool live Fish with long songs. From a couple weeks back, we got a couple copies of the Primus EP Conspiranoid. This is on white vinyl. Brand new Primus songs. It's only 3 of them. That's why it's an EP. We have got that collectible out there as well. The Punk Note, which is the take on the Blue Note editions. It's kind of a neat little parody of that. This is Bad Brains, Rock for Light. This is the Punk Note edition from 1983, reissued, and we talked about that. But the whole album cover looks like a Blue Note LP, which is really cool. Some punk from the Brain Eaters reissued on green splatter vinyl. This is just the Brain Eaters self-titled from there, so some cool punk from there. On to the metal side of things that came in this week. You need some Viking metal in your life, don't you? Amon Amarth, this is the Great Heathen Army on Blue Smoke vinyl. So some cool Viking metal. Speaking of other metal, we got a couple copies of Udo Dirkschneider. This is My Way. Okay, My Way. It is exactly what you think it is. This is an album of cover tunes sung by Udo, and he covers the music of The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, of course, doing Fire. Uriah Heep is covered on here. Tina Turner, he does a Tina Turner song. Rainbow, The Man on the Silver Mountain is covered here, as well as Hellraiser by Sweet. Some Motorhead. Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll is sung by Udo. AC/DC, TNT, Scorpions, Judas Priest, Hellbent for Leather is on here. Queen. And he wraps up with Frank Sinatra's My Way. We probably haven't heard a version of My Way this interesting since the Sex Pistols sang theirs, since Sid Vicious doing My Way. Danzig's Satan's Child. We've got the second cover reissue of that one in. I got a Brittany Fox, Bite Down Hard. Just some good hard rock for you folks there on that. We got a couple of the Motley Crue reissues back in. Shout out the Devil. We're still waiting on the Dr. Feelgood. No idea when they'll be coming in, but I do have a bunch of folks waiting. I believe this is Blues. Tony Allen, The Source. We've got a copy of that in, as well as Duster Stratosphere. Phoebe Bridgers. And Scott, that's the other one. You had ordered some Phoebe Bridgers, but we've got this one called Stranger in the Alps. I feel like making a Lebowski reference. If you know what I'm talking about, then you pay too much attention to stuff there. You never find a stranger in the Alps. I'm telling you, never find a stranger in the Alps. David Bowie. Again, I'm feeling a little bit today, aren't I here? David Bowie, Earthling. There was a bunch of David Bowie stuff that came out, reissues, a couple weeks ago. This is the only one we've got. They're a little back ordered. If you need more of these, let me know. And we did get a reissue. This is from a little while back, but Sponge, the great Detroit band, and their Rotting Pinata music on vinyl. So some great stuff on here. We did get a couple copies of Sponge back in. Okay. Now, as always, if you're curious about the new releases, I'm behind the 8 ball on this. So later on this afternoon, we'll have the listing of next Friday's releases up on the YouTube channel. So please make sure you're subscribed and watching out for that. And if you see something you'd like, let us know and we'll get it ordered. Our orders go in on Sunday. Okay. Let's see here. A couple of the John saying yes to yes. I'm assuming, John, good morning to you guys. How are you there? Yes, some records for metal. We're trying to beef that sucker up a little bit. And Katie, if they know they're going to, okay, if you know okay, Katie, I'm going to take your word on this. If you know the Lebowski reference, they're not going to buy the Phoebe. Okay. Well, never mind. Okay. Hey, speaking of music on vinyl, we had a couple of used vinyl come in. If you didn't see the used vinyl, we get to the Dylan here in a second. I got a copy of Catherine Wheel's Chrome. This is a 2017 music on vinyl. Discogs has got this sucker way up there. I listened to this the other day. Sounds fantastic. So a few Catherine Wheel fans on there. And we also got a copy of Like Cats and Dogs by Catherine Wheel. This is a 2018 purple vinyl edition. Forgot to put that on the descriptor tag, but this is also a Record Store Day release. Double LP. And this one has a cover of Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd done by Catherine Wheel. Very, very haunting. Not a bad cover at all. So we got a couple of those. Now, also, I'm running out of time, so let me kick through here. We did put out a crap load of Bob Dylan yesterday in the vintage vinyl side, and we sold a whole bunch of that crap load, so maybe a smaller crap load. But there still is about 20 Dylan titles left on the shelves. If you are curious, stop on by, including this one. It's got the military stamp. If you're not sure what that is, you're not going to see this easy, but it's a gold promo stamp-ish type of thing. But it actually says for military sale only. So they imported these in the 80s and 70s and sold these on military bases overseas, from what my research could say. So we've got Nashville Skyline in that fashion. So swing on through, because we got hit fairly hard in the vintage vinyl side today. I'm going to put out a couple of more vintage vinyl into our current rack. I'm not sure what yet, but there'll be some fresh stuff in there for you folks to take a look at. Kevin says, of all of those hard to find 90 Bowie's albums, yeah, they were all reissued late. Yeah, get them before they become hard to find again. I'll look back and see how many more of them we can get, but there is a good slew of the Bowie stuff that has been picked up out there. Okay. On that note, I think we are going to go ahead and get stuff wrapped up for the live. Again, please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. It's over here. It's that little thing in the corner, or do so afterwards. And later on this afternoon, I'll have up all of the, not all, but the highlights of the new releases coming out on next Friday. Now for the other big question, and I know I'm over time here, but when can we expect the Record Store Day Black Friday list? I know it seems like we just went through it, but my guess is very soon. Usually for the November thing, we're going to see something in September. So we'll start seeing the rumblings, and as soon as we hear something on the Black Friday list, we will let you guys know. But in the interim, we're going to be here at the store. Please stop by and see us. 716 George Street, just north of downtown Midland. We will be open now on Saturday from now until 6 p.m. And on Sunday, tomorrow from noon until 5, taking Monday and Tuesday off per our normal schedule. But I think we're getting back into the groove. So until later this afternoon, when I talk to you guys for the new releases, we will see you next week live from Radio Wasteland Records. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll talk to you next time.